Remember back when Claude 3.7 was around, when I told you I was like totally sure that the next Sonnet model would be able to build a complete GTK Rust app? Well, you better remember that, because the time has finally come. I won't eat up your time. No. I'm going to show you right away the world's first GTK-RS to-do app made entirely with Claude Sonnet 4, and then I'll share my predictions for the next 3 Claude models. Alright, let's do this! First off, we're going to create a new Rust project from GNOME Builder. That's a bit of cheating, in the sense that the AI didn't do everything, but we used a boilerplate to guide it. Still, that's actually what a human programmer would normally do anyway, so it's fair, I guess? By the way, I've actually already created a to-do app, so I'll start fresh just to show you the process, but then I'll switch to that one. That's because it takes about 20 minutes to finish and also consumes 70k tokens. Someone's cheap. But honestly, I want to show you that very first creation. And the next attempt will probably be a bit different. Okay, now that you know I wasn't just being cheap, let's create a new project. Rest, GNOME app, create project. That opens Builder, won't do anything here. We teleport to Z. Remember, this is a Flatpak app. That's our manifest, so we need to treat it right. So, Foundry init. Foundry run. If you don't know that, you'll find it in GNOME GitLab. It's the CLI version of Builder, kinda like. Okay, that's the default GNOME RS template. We have an add weighty window, plus an about dialog, plus a shortcuts dialog. Only 2 items here. Now, the next step is to give it a prompt for writing an app. Oops, I forgot to tell you. I'm on Sonnet 4 from the Z plan. If you want to use this, you actually need to pay $20 a month, because the free edition is quite limited, but honestly, that's not your best option when you can just use Anthropic's pay-as-you-go. That way, you get a Claude key you can use anywhere, which I definitely think makes more sense. Alright, let's add some context. The source folder, maybe? I don't know. I'll add it like that. Actually, we don't need to add stuff anymore. Zed will automatically discover the file structure and read the files. And cargo toml. And the prompt will be as simple as create a Flatpak to do app with GTK 417 and lib add weight to 1.7. Enable max mode and follow. And I already have web search enabled from tools. Go Zed, go. Okay, I'm not gonna let this finish, I'll switch to the original build, which took about 20 minutes. And one super nice change in Sonnet 4 is that it didn't get stuck in loops like the previous model. It actually managed to solve all the compiling errors trying different ways, and even a runtime error. I think that's a new capability with Zed running the app, and when it crashed, it automatically searched on the internet, found the error, fixed it, recompiled, and reran it, without me even asking it. Just what the hell? Back to the Future. Alright, we've jumped to the original run now, and basically that's the very first test I did with Sonnet 4 that was released 2 days ago. Cause what more challenging than doing GTK with Rust, huh? Again, the model did everything itself, coding, running, and debugging, and I didn't attach any extra prompt than the one you saw earlier. Before I run it, maybe we should take a quick look at the code? So, Sonnet used a single XML file to describe the full UI of the app, but hopefully future GNOME templates will use Blueprint. For storing, it used a JSON file. And here's some GTK compositing. It's not really over-engineered, which is actually another big improvement in Sonnet 4. It keeps the code much simpler. Anywho, let's run it. Foundry run. Here we go, guys! The first ever GNOME To-Do Rust app made with Claude. Or did someone else try that already? That would be a serious bummer. And, you remember that debug thing I mentioned? The app was crashing whenever we deleted a task, but Zed fixed that automatically. That's getting kinda scary when you realize it first time, but later will become the new normal. Actually, that's even more scary. On the bright side, new shortcuts. Seriously, it never gets old when AI adds useful UI features without even asking for them. Imagine if, in the prompt, we could say, build a GNOME app, but KDE feature-wise. Oh, and speaking of features, Claude already created a list we can add right into the app's README, which, if you think about it, is super, super cool. Because every time you update the app, the AI will automatically create a detailed change list, something most developers are too lazy to do, even though it's super useful for users. And so, that was it. The very first AI model truly able to build a full GNOME app with GTK-RS. Next, allow me to give you my predictions for future models, and they're never far from reality. So, let's say each major new model release occurs around every 8 months. That means the next big thing will happen in January 2026, and while Claude 4 is already good enough to start with GTK and Rust, the next model will likely be heavily used by GNOME contributors for coding and refactoring upstream. September 2026. By this point, you won't even care what GNOME contributors are doing upstream, because models will be so smart and allow for such huge context that you'll be able to create everything exactly the way you want, downstream. Be ready for some next-level personalization. May 2027. Well, what the fuck GNOME is? That year, you'll be too busy programming your own actual robot with no time for anything else. That will also be the moment I'm finally proven right about my enduring belief. It was never about the software. It was always about the hardware. Eventually.